Alright guys, Top 5 Wednesday once again. This week's topic, top 5 favorite opening lines.
We had a lot of fun with this one.
We couldn't really think of too many off the top of our heads, so we had to go searching, so we found a lot of amazing ones. Rediscovered a couple that we had forgotten about, but we managed to settle on a list. Have we read all of these? No.
Yes, I have. Everything but the one. 4 out of 5. I have read 4 out of 5. And the reason we have number 5 is because we liked the opening line so much. So we can save that one for the last one. First on our list is From the Voyage of the Dawn Treader. I haven't read this book in forever, but when we were going through a list of top 50 lines, it just automatically stuck out, and I could remember reading this as a kid and just thinking it was hilarious and also kind of relevant to me, which is a story we will explain after. The very first line of The Voyage of the Dawn Treader is, "There was a boy called Eustace Clarence Scrubb, and he almost deserved it." It's so, clever and mean-spirited.
And English.
And Chelsea, why does this line hit me so hard?
Because if you were a boy, your name would be Clarence.
Yup! We have this ongoing joke about if I was a boy, and Clary, and all of the swirlies poor Clary would get, because Clary
would have also had
a lisp.
Which is just beautiful.
Because I have an awful lisp that I've gotten over, except sometimes I haven't. So yeah, this is a fun opening line, and I think it sets the tone for the entire book.
And you really know what to think about Eustace after you read that. You're like, oh.
You're one of those. The next one on our list, oldie but goodie.
"It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife." You know what that's from? Pride and Prejudice. Oh man, love it.
It just sets the tone of her sense of humor that is throughout the entire book.
Kind of sarcastic and poking fun at it, but it's also kind of hits home at the same time. You're like, yeah, a lot of people think that, don't they?
Number 3 on the list is probably one of the best opening lines that Douglas Adams ever wrote. And I see this quote all over Tumblr, all over 9gag, all over Pinterest. Makes every list of top best opening lines. And this is the opening line from The Restaurant at the End of the Universe. "In the beginning, the universe was created. This has made a lot of people very angry and has been widely regarded as a bad move."
Just because you know how you're writing and you'll start "in the beginning, the world was created," and blah, 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 and you're start way too far from the beginning of your story. Well, this is making fun of that.
Oh, it makes me want to reread The Hitchhiker's Guide, because I can remember reading it and just I think it was one of my first examples of English tongue-in-cheek dry humor, and it just stuck with me.
I didn't read it. I think I listened to the audiobooks, or most of the audiobooks. Love it. Love the humor. Love that opening line.
Our number 4 we were trying to remember, because I knew there was one book with an opening line that just stuck with me forever, and I was going through lists until we found it, and that is
The Martian. And the first line, it's very, very simple, is, "I'm pretty much fucked."
And you've picked up this book, you've read the back, Mark Watney is stuck on Mars, and you're like, oh my god, how is he gonna survive? And the very first thing is well, I'm fucked.
I don't know what I gotta do.
The thing about The Martian is that what makes it work is Mark Watney's personality, and
his sense of humor, and his doomsday perspective, but also determination to get things done and survive.
And from the very first sentence, you know who Mark Watney is, and he just never lets you down.
Not throughout the entire book. So good, this book. If you have not read it, if you've just seen the movie is good, but the book is so much better.
Okay, so our number 1 makes our number 1, even though both of us have not read this book yet. The reason our number 1 makes our number 1 is because we bought it because of the first line. So this book is A Crown for Cold Silver, and we were at our local chapters, and I found this big, beautiful hardcover edition. This is Chelsea's softcover one. And I was flipping through it, and you were looking at Lies of Loch Lamora. That is how old, this happened. This happened so long ago. And I'm flipping through, and I'm looking, and half listening to you, and I read the following sentence. "It was all going so nicely, right up until the massacre."
It's just and she just turned to me and she handed it to me. She's like, "Read the first line." Well, I'm like, yep. Okay, here you go.
It is so, they are marketing this book on that to the point where it is on the back.
Oh my god.
The sequel to this just came out recently. I have to finish this so I can get to the sequel, but I don't think this is gonna let me down. I lent it to another friend and she said it was like really, really good.
So hopefully.
So hopefully.
That was our top 5 list. Tell us what you think. Tell us what your favorite opening line is. See you guys later.